Well, hello, everyone, and happy Saturday and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Hope your Saturday's off to a good start, despite what the weather's doing outside. If it looks like I got a little bit of a lean to me this morning, I do, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, Blue, the dock jumping record store dog, is here today, hanging out at the store with me and having fun. She's taken a break from all of her dock diving competitions. Well, the whole December in Michigan type of thing. But dude normally would be here on the weekends, but he's actually at his very own competition today. He does something called shed hunting, which is looking for deer antlers in the woods. They have competitions for that. So Kim is hanging with the dude this morning, and he is doing something that he likes because he just doesn't get into dock jumping like this monster here does. So if you're out and about today, stop on by, say hi to Blue. She'll be here at least through the early afternoon and having fun. Here, Blue, you're a good girl. Go back and chill out. All right. So hopefully, as we said, your morning's off to a good start. Let's get a couple of hellos out the way here. Wow, there's a lot of folks hanging out already this morning. Chuck is saying good morning. See you in a little bit. Indeed, we got a couple of goodies here for you as well. Hello there, and thanks for being here, Jimmy. Thank you for watching. Betty saying hi from Toledo. Rick from the west side of the state. It's breezy everywhere, I think. Mr. Silkman, good Saturday morning to you as well. We're going to have an awesome day. Hopefully you will as well, sir. Nick is saying hi and good morning, as is Abby. Good morning. See you soon. Abby's going to be hanging out here today as well. Mike saying hi and on the way to Florida. Well, that's not going to help you hanging out here with us, Mike, but have fun in the sun down there as well. And good morning, Kevin. Oh, Kevin picked up a Velvet Underground album. Glad to get that for you. It's a good one. Happy Saturday to Ann. And she's saying, oh, hi to Blue. Sorry. There we go. And let's see. Mike is saying, find the old Dave Van Ronk song. Okay. Well, I don't want to be sad, Mike. That's okay. We won't. I'll look it up, but I don't want to be sad today because it's Saturday and I'm hanging out at a record store. And I think I might be slightly recovered from the busyness that was the awesomeness that was Record Store Day, Black Friday, and Small Business Saturday. We did have a blast on last weekend, so hopefully you folks did too. I just noticed too back in the Dollar Den that I forgot to take down the 3-for-1 sale. So the signs pointing out the 3-for-1 sale. So I'm going to leave them up. What the heck? Let's do that today. If you come in and you want to go through the dollar room, we'll do 3 for $1 back there again as well. So, okay, one quick reminder, then we'll get into some news regarding this week's new vinyl shipments. It's been a little rocky this week. I think the shipping companies are beginning to feel the stress of their holiday season. Again, we went through this the past few years, and it's looking like it's getting a little weird again this year. But I wanted to mention that you still have 2 weeks. We have got this really cool, and I don't have the logo up on the computer, but we've got this really cool drawing going on with our good friends over at Wheels 104.5 FM, Stan Parman and crew, to give you the 12 albums of Christmas. We did a video on this a little while back. We've had this entry box, which is getting full, by the way, on the counter here at the store. And it's going to remain there until you can stop by and put your name in for a chance to win 12 reissued, sealed, new vinyl copies of 12 great classic rock albums. I know it's like 2 weeks away. We're drawing on the 15th. So that's not really the 12 days or 12 albums of Christmas in 12 days, but really quick to recap them again in no particular order. We're giving away a brand new copy of Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, Boston's self-titled, this is a picture disc version of that, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, and, especially now with the loss of Christy McVie, the Songbird, what a voice she had. So we do have other copies of this in the store, by the way, for those that wish to swing by, but we're going to give somebody that. Led Zeppelin 4, Zoso, Picking Up Sticks, whatever you want to call it, Untitled. Eagles' Greatest Hits. Yes, a Greatest Hits album because that's a fantastic one. Seeger doing live Bullet recorded in Detroit. AC/DC's Back in Black, reflecting all over the place there. Def Leppard's Pyromania, Unter Gleben, Glauben, Globen, Van Halen, 1984. Aerosmith's Toys in the Attic, and Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. So 12 great classic rock albums, the 12 albums of Christmas, if you will. And just to be clear on that, we're not going to give away one album per person. No, one person's going to win all 12 albums. And like I said, we've got a ton of entries in there. Rules are simple. you just stop by the store and toss your name and phone number in the box. No purchase necessary, but just swing on by and throw your name in, and we'll draw that on the 15th. I think Stan's even going to be back here to hang with us and do that as well. Mike saying, hey, to Blue. Blue's laying. Oh, she's sitting there waiting for another treat. I think my pocket is, I'm empty. Sorry, Blue. We'll get to it later. Okay, so the shipping saga. We had a shipment of vinyl go MIA this week. It had new vinyl, new releases in there. It had some restocks and reissues, and a bunch of orders as well. So there's a few of you I've told, if you've not heard from me and you're waiting on something on an order, that means that it's in limbo as we speak. I keep trying to check my tracking. It's just saying nothing really. So we've got folks on our end, on our distributors, working on it, and hopefully we'll know more by Monday. If not, we'll get some stuff replaced and get it back in here. But it is the season, and the folks that work for the shipping companies are doing their best. So let's stay with them on that. And so as soon as I know more on that, we'll get it. But that means that we have really kind of a lean week as far as new releases and new vinyl go. We'll get to those in just a moment. Saying good morning also to Bruce and to Gary. Thank you guys very much for being here. Okay. And Mike chimes in that Seeger's first albums, yes, they are very hard to find and pricey, especially if you get it back in 72 like we had last week, I think. Okay, so the few new releases that we do have this week heading out. This is a new release-ish. It's a new version of Brandi Carlile's In the Canyon Haze. This is the deluxe edition from an album that was released last year. So it's a double LP on teal and orange vinyl. If you're a Brandi Carlile fan or a completist, we'll have a copy of that or two in here. Mustard Plug. Talked about these guys on our Saturday show a little bit, the Saturday afternoon show that teases new releases. This is a Western Michigan ska punk band. They've been around for quite some time. Evildoers Beware. 25th anniversary edition of this on silver vinyl, coming from Hopeless Records. If you're curious what I mean by ska punk, and if you watch the end of our video, I tossed a blooper in there. I called it skunk. I didn't mean to do that, but it's good music. Think Mighty Mighty Boss Tones or something along those lines. Save Ferris, any of those types of bands. But we've got one of our own here in Western Michigan from Mustard Plug. And there's a song on here called Miss Michigan, about dating Miss Michigan. Not sure what that's about. Obviously the Miss America pageant, something along those lines. The other new release, go figure, the one we do get is the Backstreet Boys Christmas, a very Backstreet Christmas. So we've got a copy of this in store for you. Recent releases, still at 2 copies of the triple LP Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers live at the Fillmore, recorded in 1997. Some of our friends who are getting this saying it's just a fantastic album. It sounds great, and it's got just a lot of Petty songs on there and a lot of cover songs done by Petty and the Heartbreakers. So very cool stuff. Late arrival from a release a couple weeks back. We've got the Yardbirds self-titled. Do not call this Roger the Engineer, although that's what it's kind of referred to as. This is a recreation. Looks like it's got an OBI strip in here as well. But some great stuff with the Jeff Beck era Yardbirds. Love that group from the early days. So that really is just about it as we go through what we've got with the reissues and the new releases coming in. Mike saying Dropkick Murphy. Yep, ska punk as well. Those are more Celtic bar punk with the Dropkick Murphys, something like the Toss Pints from our local area. Okay, one item. We put out the drop video yesterday, and there was one more. Hey, Chris, thank you for being here this morning. In the vintage vinyl side, we put out a bunch of great stuff. Some of the bigger items are gone from that, but there still are some cool stuff. And one which is kind of a rarity. If you go back on our channel a little bit, maybe about a year and a half ago, I'm thinking we interviewed Alice Cooper prior to the release of his Detroit Stories LP. So look for that on our channel. It's a really cool interview. Cooper's a really nice guy. During the interview, I talked to him about the original release of this album and the design that went into it and the decision making that meant to include a pair of women's panties in the original Schools Out. Reissues, they've done that as well, but these things tend to be a little valuable if you find them. And we happen to have one here in the store. It is a 1972 pressing. I believe it's a Terre Haute Green Label Warner, so it's it's an original one, and it has an intact pair of panties. A little aged, color age discoloration on there, but nonetheless, this is a great one to have in your collection if you're looking for the OG stuff. And we do have one copy of that. Obviously, just the one copy here in the store. I've seen that come through maybe 3 or 4 times in all the years we've been here. Sometimes the panties are all crumpled up, but this one is just absolutely beautifully preserved. And that's the pair, that's the white pair. The pink ones are the ones that are really tough to find, but very, very, very tough on that. Okay, quick question from Paul. Yeah, Paul, it did not, just a little bit ago, I talked about a shipment being waylaid, and we're waiting for some news on when that's going to be delivered. Your Halloween record is in that. I'll call you as soon as I have some more info on that. Question from Kevin about the Cooper album. We have got an $80 tag on this one. Vinyl's in nice shape, not perfect, but it's in nice shape, but it does include that. So I think we're very competitively priced with that $80 tag on the Coupe. Okay, very quickly, and then we're going to wrap this up. Blue's still hanging out here waiting for another treat, wondering when I'm going to be done talking so she can go back and lay down. With Christmas on the way, and it is coming very, very quickly, remember that in addition to vinyl, we're going to have a whole bunch of other cool stuff here. We're loaded up with turntables. I've got Audio-Technica primarily. We've got LP3s, LP60Xs, and I do have a Jensen turntable with speakers, Bluetooth speakers. If you're curious about those, stop in. One thing, though, that I don't talk enough about, we need to mention, is the fact that we are now carrying speakers here in the store as well. We've got a few. These are the Kanto YU2s, real high-end speaker. It's a smaller bookshelf speaker, but still phenomenal. I've not listened to these personally, but I've sold a few of these to some customers, and they absolutely love them. They're pairing them with the Audio-Technicas on the LP3s in particular, and they say that these things sound absolutely fantastic. A little more affordable because that one comes in at $250, and I can speak to these. It is a pair of Edifier speakers, and these are the Edifier 128s, 1280s, I'm sorry, DB. These are bookshelf speakers. They're Bluetooth. We've got a pair of these we're using at home. It does sound really good. And they come in a little bit more affordable at $145 in tax on those. So I've got a lot of sets of the Edifier speakers. Can get more of those, but if you're curious about getting a setup or upgrading your setup, stop in. We can talk, and we can talk deals on some of those. So with that being said, we talked about the drawing. So get in here and enter that. We talked about Blue being here. Cover the new releases. I think it's time for me to shut the heck up and fire up the lava lamps and get the turntable spinning and get on with our day. If you're in the Midland, Michigan area and want to stop on by to say hi, please do so. We are at 716 George Street, just north of downtown Midland, and punch us into a GPS and you'll find us. We're going to be here from 10 a.m. here this morning on Saturday until 6 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow, from 12 noon until 5 p.m. closed on Mondays and Tuesdays for our normal closure date, but back at it again next Wednesday. So stop on by, say hey, hang out. Don't forget to visit our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. I'm having a slight email issue right now, so if you're sending email to me and you don't hear back, I hope to have that straightened out down the line as well. Don't forget, by the way, if you have not done so, to please like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Things are going well on that. Sorry if you guys are seeing ads in these, but that's the way YouTube works, right, Blue? She's laying down there. Okay, you folks have a great Saturday. Watch yourself out there. It's a little slick, a little snowing here and there, but still a great weekend because we get to spin vinyl here at the Wasteland. Until next Saturday, you folks have a great one. Thank you so much for being here. We'll talk to you then.